Hey everyone, and welcome to this somewhat overdue video. I know it's been quite a while since I've actually uploaded something for you guys. It's been crazy on my side, no lie. So I do apologize for that. I'm gonna try and be more regular with these things going forward. Uh, but yeah, hopefully this video can make up for the lost time. Firstly, you guys would have received your results by now, and if you are watching this and you've gotten your CTA, big congratulations to you. I know it's an enormous achievement. It's monumental. It really is, and you're probably feeling very amped up right now, very motivated. You know that your sacrifices have been worth it, and you just one step closer to becoming a qualified chartered accountant, which is ultimately the end goal for all of us, right? That are in this field anyway, right? But this video isn't actually for you guys that have passed. It's more for you guys that didn't make it. And I've been noticing a bit of, tension and, just the general atmosphere in the WhatsApp groups, in the Facebook groups as well. So I think that you guys at this point really need some moral support. Look, let's not get carried away with sugarcoating things, right? I mean, I like saying things as they are. So and then that's why my videos are not even scripted. As I record them, I upload them because I want you guys to get a real feeling for this. I don't want some sort of rehearsed scripts that you're gonna hear and it just sounds generic or fake, right? I need it, you guys to actually take this to heart, and it's only gonna come. You're only gonna take it to heart if it's gonna come from the heart, if that makes sense. Or maybe this is a bit of a lame line, but yeah, I think you guys get the general idea of what I'm trying to say. But for those of you who didn't make it, look, my condolences on that. I know you guys are probably gutted right now and you're really, really, really disappointed. And you're probably not sure what to do at this point because you've made the sacrifices that you needed to make. You've really, this was a difficult year. I mean, CTA under any year is difficult. And obviously, this year would have had additional challenges with COVID 19. So all of this, I can understand, to go through all of that, the sleepless nights, saying no to going out. Sometimes you want to watch a show on TV and you can't because you need to study. I know, I've been through it as well, right? And when you turn up empty, it feels horrible, to say the least, anyway. But look, the first thing you need to know is that it's okay. I know it doesn't feel okay. And I'm not saying that it's going to feel okay, but you've given it your best. You tried, you took the risk, and it didn't pay out. It didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. So now what do you do? Do you give up? Do you just quit? Do you decide that it's not for you? Do you feel like, well, now this cause has defeated you and you're just going to walk away? You could. You could walk away from this today and you can go study something else tomorrow. But are you going to really be happy with yourself for making that decision? I wouldn't expect any of you to say yes to that question. I'd be very disappointed if any of you actually answered yes to that. Because if you're not going to give this your whole heart and soul, and it's not just this, it's anything in life, you either in or out. You can't be half foot in and half foot out, or just split with your devotion to something. It's like that with everything in your life. It's not just academic. But I can understand that it's a difficult time for you guys right now. I've seen someone share an article of a girl who committed suicide or tried to commit suicide. I'm not sure exactly on what. I think she did commit suicide. So if some of you are feeling that way, I know it's it's expected that you'd be very upset. I get that, honestly. But just try and take a step back and understand that this isn't the end of the world. It's just a roadblock or a stepping stone to get you to where you need to be. I didn't pass on my first attempt. I can tell you that now. And there were times where I'd wake up and wonder whether I'd ever become a CA. And because it just feels like so far away, until you've actually gotten your CTA and you've got your boards, it just feels like, can I do this? So your self belief right now is probably at a very low point. It's probably maybe at an all-time low, and you're very frustrated right now. You're very disappointed. I know some of you would have things like uh, financial considerations to think about as well, where repeating it next year is not just so easy. um, and then there's the disappointment that you didn't make it. You have your parents who might be disappointed, or probably are disappointed as well. And yeah, if you don't come from a very privileged background, it's even more difficult, because at the end of the day, you don't know whether you're going to get a second opportunity to study. It's like your parents sort of sacrifice a lot to give you this one shot, and when you don't get it, you feel 10 times worse. I get that, right? So what I need you guys to first know is that it's not the end of the world. Okay, you need to pick yourself up, you need to dust yourself off. Failure is just a stepping stone on the way to success. Look, I can sit and quote so many quotes, I guess, on success, but you're gonna need to believe it. It's otherwise you can just go and Google it and try and make yourself feel better. But you've got to move on. It's disappointing when you've put your heart and soul into something, and you've really tried, and you've given it your all, and you turn up empty. It's demoralizing. It hurts, because you've done your part. You've done what you needed to do. So logically, you should be successful, right? And when that doesn't happen, it feels like shit, of course. But that's life. Honestly, that's life. You're gonna fail at something more times than you're gonna actually succeed at it. And you just need to make sure that you don't let a failure determine where your life goes, or you don't let a failure pretty much put a stop into your journey. Let me put it that way, rather. There are plenty of people who have failed on their way to actually becoming a success. I think that's the norm, actually. The norm isn't where you're just successful from the start and successful at the end. It takes failure. You're going to be broken down. You're going to be ridiculed sometimes. You're going to be mocked. You're going to be laughed at. You're going to be, treated, poorly sometimes. People are going to think you're crazy, whatever, but you're gonna have to deal with a lot of shit to get to what you want to achieve. I always used to say you have to go through hell to get to heaven sometimes, and this is just unfortunately one of them, and this is just part of the journey. So is that going to make you feel better right now? Probably not. I mean, you still, I know it's hurting, because you probably looking back at this year and you feel like it's wasted, but it's not. It's really not. During this year, you would have discovered a lot about yourself. You would have discovered what you can tolerate, what you can't tolerate, what your study habits are, what conditions you can study under, how much work you can actually absorb in a study session, that type of thing. You would have definitely enhanced your knowledge from the beginning of the year to now. I mean, surely you would understand the course material better. So it's not a complete waste, but you need to make it count. You need to make sure that this year doesn't be a year where you just wrote an exam and didn't make it. You actually take out the positives from it, and that's what you need to do. There are definitely positives that you can take out of it, and I'd highly advise you to do that. Okay. And some of you will feel like that's a lot of bullshit, because you feel like you should have passed, and that's the only thing that's going to make you feel better. Look, there's nothing I can tell you that's going to change your marks, and there's nothing that I can say that's going to make you feel better if that's the way you're going to look at it. At the end of the day, if you failed for a reason. And remember, we can plan and we can try as much as we want, but at the end of the day, everything happens according to God's plan. And all we can really do is just be there for one another and support one another. So the guys that have passed, I mean, I'm really chuffed for you guys. Honestly, I really am. But spare a thought for those who didn't make it. I'm not saying don't celebrate your success, but the guys that didn't make it, they're really hurting right now. You guys need to help them in rebuilding themselves. And you guys who are down, look, don't sit and feel sorry for yourself. Let this be a stepping stone on your journey to success. Let it be something where you say, you know what, in 2020 it was COVID, and CTA went shit, and I didn't make it, but 2021, bam, I nailed CTA. Be a success story, be a story of inspiration. In fact, what I feel is that when you get adversity in your life, and then you overcome that adversity, and you can become a success afterwards, or you do become a success afterwards, always speak in the affirmative, right? Then it gives you that opportunity to actually be an inspiration to someone else. So maybe you should look at it that God is actually using you as a means of becoming a future inspiration to somebody else, where somebody else, maybe 10 years down the line might not have passed. And you can actually then pay it forward and say, you know what, 10 years ago, I also didn't make it. And I was at an all time low. It would be nice if you can say that you watched this video and it cheered you up. I mean, I'd be very happy about that. But just pay it forward. It costs you nothing to help someone in need and to be kind. It really doesn't. I don't know why it seems to be such a problem in society, to be honest. But that moral support makes a big difference. So look, if you guys are still feeling a bit upset, look, I don't want any of you to be feeling suicidal and feeling like you're gonna off yourself, over this. It's just, at the end of the day, it's not your life. It's just an exam. It's a course. It does not determine your value or your worth. Trust me. It's not like you are worth less of a person because you didn't get your CTA. Okay, you may be less qualified, fair enough, but as a human being, how have you changed? So don't look at it in a negative. Don't be too harsh on yourself. You're allowed to fail. You're allowed to mess up. We are all human beings, right? I've made mistakes as well. So at the end of the day, what counts is that you learn from it and that you come from it, or you come back from it as a better person, or and as a stronger person. And I know it's cold comfort right now, and I really hope that this video makes a difference. I mean, I think some of you will take this to heart, and some of you will think I'm speaking a lot of bullshit. But at the end of the day, what I'm really worried about is helping you guys feel more motivated, helping you guys actually, get back onto the right mindset. I've always been a fan of being in the correct mindset, even before you study. And you need to sort this mindset out before you start studying next year. If you're going to have that fear of failure and just be doubting yourself, then I'm sorry, but you're really setting yourself up for failure then. And if you're in a circle that doesn't believe in you, if you're in a circle that feels like you're wasting your time, and they scoffing at the idea of this, and they're making fun of you and telling you, oh, you're studying so hard and you're not going to make it and blah 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 and all of that crap, then you need to change your circle, honestly, because your environment plays a big role in your development. And I'm speaking from personal experience, right? So you've got to be very mentally strong. Life is going to throw shit at you, even after you've gotten this and you've become a CA. I mean, trust me, that's not going to be the biggest challenge of your life. There's going to be other adversities that you're going to face. So you got to be mentally strong and mentally tough so that you can overcome all of these things, and that you're on the other side of this as a winner, and that it hasn't broken you. So look, I'm not going to really say much more. I think this video is already very long. But if you guys are feeling vulnerable, or you really feel like you need someone to talk to, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. I've gotten more WhatsApps than I think I can actually respond to be perfectly honest. But what you can do is, I've included my Instagram, my personal Instagram ID. I don't know if we call it an ID, but anyway, in the description of this video. So you guys, if you feel that you need to talk to someone, then you're more than welcome to. I mean, if I have to have an Instagram live session with you guys, I'll do it as well. I just want you guys to be in the right mindset, and I want you guys to know that failure is okay. We'll just try again next time. So on to the next one, and we'll improve from here. We'll learn from our mistakes, we'll pick ourselves up, and we'll do better the next time. Okay, so that's all from me for now anyway. I hope that this has helped you guys to some extent. I know it's a very long video. I have a problem with keeping my videos short. Honestly, it's something that I need to work on. But yeah, see, none of us are perfect. But I hope it has helped you guys, and I hope that you guys are able to actually calm yourselves down and know that it's okay, and that it'll be okay at the end of the day. But for now, that's all from me. Feel free to reach out, and I definitely will be uploading another video soon, so I'll see you in that one. Okay, take care.